Hey Leslie, Logan Black. I'm with ADP. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to meet with me today.
Of course, it's my pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and hand you my business card.
All right, and I will hand you mine. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Is 20 minutes still okay for today's meeting?
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Excellent. So I hear you're a big UT fan. How'd you feel about the game last weekend?
Yes, it was a tough loss. I'm hoping this weekend we'll bounce back from it.
Right. How you feeling about Butch Jones?
I'm thinking it's about time.
About time? Yeah. A couple of my
Yes.
friends have told me the same thing. They're pretty sick of him.
Yeah, we are.
Well, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and start talking some business. But before we actually get into that, I was wondering, is there anybody else that needs to sit in, like a hiring manager or anybody like that?
No, our hiring manager is actually out for the day, so it'll just be us today. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, throughout this meeting, I hope to inform you a little bit more about ADP and what we do as a company and what we can bring to the table for you and your company. But more importantly, what needs do you have for me?
Let me see. I actually think we've gone over just about everything that I wanted to hear today.
Great. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Sounds great.
So how did you all get into business?
We are a family-owned business. We've had a couple of close friends and family help us out, and they worked for us, so we've just been really close as a company.
That's amazing. Is it nice working with family?
It is very nice and helpful.
Cool. Well, let me ask you, what issues have you been having with payroll? Effie informed me of some of the stuff that y'all been dealing with.
Yes, we actually have had a couple of issues. One of the bigger issues is that we had filed some things where they needed to be. However, they were not handled correctly on their end and resulted in us getting fined, which obviously made the company and me unhappy. As a business owner, being fined is never a good thing, especially when you're wanting to grow as a smaller company. The other issue we have had is our current system uses time cards. And we actually had an employee misplace it, which resulted in him not getting paid until it was found.
Wow. That's very unfortunate.
Yes, I'm sure you can only imagine those issues.
Yeah, but he wasn't too happy either.
Not at all.
Let me ask you, when being fined, how did that affect the growth of your company?
It actually affected us a lot. It was a state fine of $3,000, which hurt us pretty bad. And with that money, we could have used that for resources to potentially hire those 5 to 10 extra people to help us grow.
I understand. The money could have gone a real long way.
Yes, it could have.
Let me ask you this. If there were to be a system that would resolve all these issues that you're having, would you be interested?
Yes, I would. I would love to hear more about that.
Great. Well, you mentioned earlier about time cards. It's almost like you never hear about time cards anymore. Everything's digital. But what was the issue with that?
The issue with the time cards caused our employee not to get paid, which, like I said earlier, led to that fine, and it caused us to fork out some of our money that hurt us.
Yeah, I understand. One of the programs we actually have to offer is everything's online. So whenever you register for our system, everything is online. You don't have to have one of those little paper punch cards anymore or whatever punch card it is. But whenever an employee comes to work, he logs in, he's got a username and a password, he hits punch up in the corner, and it actually clocks him in. Whenever he leaves, he hits punch on the way out, and instead of it like you having to go in and figure out and add up all the time, the computer does it all by itself. Great thing about that is that you can actually access payroll from any device as long as you are set up as the main person. So you can look at it from your phone, you can look at it from your computer, you can look at it from an iPad, anything like that. Whatever device that you want to look at it from, as long as you have the username and password, you can access that. And actually, I brought with me some sheets today that show all of the packages and all the details that we have. So if you'll take a look at that and get back to me by the end of the week.
Of course, I would love to. That sounds very interesting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.